Hello, everybody. It's like we got 7 in the house so far. Welcome. I had to put a cough drop in my mouth already. I've been outside doing stuff yet late yesterday evening. Already was outside in the garden doing stuff this morning. So I was breathing all that air, so I'm liable to be coughing. You know me. Hello, everybody. We got Jana, Jacob, Joshua, um, Beyond the Veil. Welcome, everybody. I may have, I know, I'm going to get me some cough syrup. Ugh. That stuff is awful. Oh my God. Linda Foster's in the house. Hello. Jana, I mailed the plaque out to you. You should get it by Tuesday, I think. I think that's when they said you'd get it. And I've never gotten, was it Sandra McCormick? She's never sent me her mailing address. So I still have hers. I haven't mailed it out yet. Oh, that cough syrup is terrible. Ugh. And there's Boris Morrison. Hello, Boris. Okay, Jana. But yeah, they said when I mailed it Friday, I think it was, that you should get it Tuesday. Hi, Donna. Got Donna Placedia in the house. We've got 20 watching so far. We've only been on 3 minutes. I'm doing fine. It's just allergies and the heat. I got out there real early this morning and fixed a shade cloth over the top of my turnips because it was getting too hot on them. Since I cut all the trees down behind me, my garden doesn't get shade from those trees in the morning. So I have to do a little bit of different planning next year. I'll make sure that I can get shade cloth on just about everything I plant, I guess. And there's Maureen Cooper. Hello. From Cape May County, New Jersey. Welcome from New Jersey. Yeah, I already got out there in the heat this morning and I'm already tuckered out. I was going to do a cooking video live, but then the closer the time came, it's like I just don't feel like fooling with trying to cook anything this afternoon, so I might wait till later tonight and just do a video on it and post it. Or I may not even do one later today. Probably not. I've already got a video to post in the morning. You're worried about Aaron in the Atlantic. What's going on, Jana? You said you're worried about Aaron in the Atlantic. What's going on in the Atlantic? Yeah, I slept pretty good last night for a change. And there's Tamara Aimling. Hello. Hurricane. Oh, okay. See, I haven't been keeping up with that, Jana. Where is it headed? Is it headed to the East Coast like usual? The hurricanes usually hit close to where I'm from, usually around Wilmington, Southport, that whole area. And there's Gladys. She's here. And Johnny's here. Hello, Johnny Varela. Yeah, you got early on this time. Got in early. It was at 5 and today at 4. Howdy, East Texas vlogger. Welcome. Yeah, you're always getting hurricanes. We don't usually worry too much about the hurricanes where I'm at in north central Texas. It's usually the tornadoes and stuff that I'm worried about. I'm not even worried about the floods where I'm at, so. But I'll tell you what, from the looks of it, they're going to put another great big house on that lot behind me. You can kind of see where the property lines are. And the house, from the blue flags they put out, I guess that's the house foundation layout. There's only going to be about 5 foot on each side of it, not much more in the front and the back. So the house is going to take up the whole lot. I hope they left room to put the septic system because we don't have city sewer here. You have to have a septic system for every house. And they can't blow that stuff, spray it on the fence. They can't spray it over the fence on somebody else's property. They can't spray it on the street. They can't spray it on their house. They've been having to put in drain lines. And they barely have room to put drain lines in. And a lot of times it seeps under the fence into the other person's lot, and that's not good. Joshua says, Linda, I wish I could live in that house behind you when it was built. Well, you can if you want to buy it, I guess. They may already have a buyer for it. They already had a buyer for this one before it was ever built. I think they made a deal for this guy that he was going to buy it as soon as it was built. And there's Edith. Hey, Edith, how are you doing? And Jeannie Leggett's in the house. Welcome. Yeah, Jana says she always says she'd love to be my neighbor. I'd love to have her to be my neighbor. Yeah, I feel like I put in a day's work already this morning. I was out there about 8:30 yesterday evening, just at the edge of dark, doing a video that I'll probably... No, I posted that one this morning about the deal I got at Walmart. Edith said she saw baby birds out her window today. Yeah, they're so precious. I love to see that. And there's Tamara Douglas in the house. We got both Tamaras in here now, so we're complete. Can't just have one. Only been on 10 minutes. We got 43 people. 43 people watching this, y'all. That's pretty good. I look terrible. I just got out of the shower. My hair's still wet. I have no makeup on it whatsoever. Which I don't look any better with makeup on than I do now anyway, so it doesn't matter. A lot of times I think makeup's a waste of time, especially in Texas. You get out in the yard and do anything and you're sweating, you're not going to have makeup on for long because it's going to sweat off. You saw the video this morning, Gladys, the new rose bush? You know, I went back out there this morning and I was going to get another one. They were all gone. I started to get 2 yesterday, and I wished I had. I just got one of them because I wasn't sure what I'd do with the other one. And then I said, well, I could have put it in the front rock garden to the side of the carport on the mailbox side and see if I could get one to live there. So I went back out to Walmart bright and early this morning, went back to where the shelf was where they had the rose bushes. There was none there. And I asked this one black guy that was working there in the garden center, he was sweeping up and stuff. I said, I guess y'all sold all those rose bushes that were on sale for $5. I said, I got one late yesterday and couldn't decide whether to get 2 or not. And I come back this morning because I was going to get another one. And they're all gone. He said, yeah. He said one lady bought 4 herself. And there was only probably 5 or 6 of them left when I bought one. So yeah, you get a deal like that, they're gone fast. And I should learn by now, if you even think you want it, go ahead and get it while you're there, because when you come back it's not going to be there. It's happened to me every time, and I should learn by now, but I still do that mistake. If I'd have went ahead and got it yesterday, I'd have had my 2 rose bushes. I mean, I can root another one from cuttings like I've done in the past, but that one had such a good root system on it already. I said if I put it in the rock garden right out here beside the carport, it would have more of a chance to survive with that great big root ball on it, you know? So I decided to go back out there and get me another one. Oh no, they were gone. Yep, every one of them were gone by the time I got there this morning, Jana. The shelf was even gone. They had already changed it around. The whole complete shelf was gone. The cart thing with the shelf that all the rose bushes was on, it was gone. Yeah, that guy said, well, the lady bought 4, the last 4 that were there when she was here. And, you know, a couple of other people bought just like one. I said, well, I'm not going to make that mistake next time, but I say it every time. But, yeah, you can't beat that, a $25 rose bush for $5. And they still look good, so they got a good chance of surviving, because it's only a couple more weeks before we'll have a rainy season again. Because this is August, September. We usually start getting a little bit more rain. So I always love to plant stuff like in September. You know, stuff I know that will survive the winter. And that rose bush will. It's the heat you got to watch out for that. And not so much the heat, because they can withstand the heat as long as they get water. Yeah, they're clearing out all that stuff, getting ready for Christmas decorations already. They've already put in Halloween, and it's not even October yet. Well, like I said, I put enough compost in there to make the soil rich. And then I mixed in a little bit of potting mix, and I mixed in that peat moss or whatever you call it. So, and I put leaves in the bottom of it for food. You know, when the leaves break down, those roots will get into it, and that'll be food for the rose bush. I said I give it every chance, you know, and I'll try to keep water on it. I saw your message earlier, Joshua, but I don't know if I read it, or, I mean, if I remember it. Oh, what's your favorite music, the old kind or the new kind? I like a lot of the older music myself. I mean, some of the new is good, but so much of it is that headbanging stuff that I don't care for. A lot of screaming and headbanging, and it's not hardly music anymore, you know. I like the older styles better. And of course I like country music, good, you know, old or new. Myrtle said she could not handle it either. And you know, that's the kind of music my son played. He plays lead guitar. And he had his own band at one time before all the band members ended up with big families, you know, a lot of kids, and then they had to take time for their family. It was One Room Tragedy. And that was experimental heavy metal. And the lead singer was a screamer. And he quit singing because he couldn't scream anymore, basically. I said, well, I wouldn't have been up there doing that anyway. But a lot of the people like that kind of stuff. I don't. And my son is a fantastic guitarist. I mean, one of the first songs he learned to play was Stairway to Heaven. He always wanted to learn it. And when he went in, I told him, I said, well, I'll get you in guitar lessons. And I said, your instructor will teach it to you. So that was one of the first songs that my son learned to play on the guitar, was Stairway to Heaven. I don't know what I did with my other little, oh, there it is, but I think I let the battery run down on it. It's deader than a doornail, so I got it plugged in. I usually check on that for stuff, so. Donna said, I slipped off the bed this morning and had to call paramedics. I was so embarrassed. Oh my goodness, Donna. How in the world did you slip off the bed? Now turn notifications off. Why is that? Beep, 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 beep. Why is that notifying me of stuff for? Your youngest plays the bass? Well, my son plays lead guitar, and at one time his bass player quit, and he had to get a new bass player. And a friend of his, a female, she said, well, I'll learn to play the bass and play with you. Well, she did for a little bit, but then she quit. She stopped coming to practice and never really learned to play, so. Eventually, he did get a new bass player, but by then, they were all young members of the band, and they were all married and having kids. So their families needed them more than the band did. So they just broke up the band and said that they'd spend time with their families. Maybe they'd put the band back together later on sometime. He's in his room right this minute playing. Oh, wow. Well, I had it on Do Not Disturb, and usually that takes care of the notifications of messages or anything. It keeps the phone calls from coming in. So I don't know why that came through. It should not have. It was a notification of a message or something, and it should not have come through because I've got it on Do Not Disturb. Donna, have you got Satan sheets? Or satin sheets? Satin sheets. I thought you said Satan. The old style satin sheets. Oh my God, they were so slippery you couldn't even keep the blankets on the bed. I could walk by my bed and the whole top layer would come off. I said, I hate these sheets. And then later they came out with non-slip satin sheets. You could put them on your bed, and just because you bumped the side of your bed walking by it, the whole bed didn't slide off. They were a lot better. I don't use satin sheets anymore. I've got the kind, they feel real good. I mean, they feel like almost satin if you're not looking at them. And they come in a little baggy package. And when I wash them and dry them, I just cram them back in the package. You don't even have to worry about folding them up or anything. You just pull them out, spread them on the bed, and they straighten right out. That way your top sheet, your fitted sheet, and your pillowcases are all in the little drawstring bag. Well, I hope you didn't hurt yourself, Donna. What did the paramedics say when they got there? I mean, were you okay? You just slid off? You didn't break any bones or get hurt, did you? Not too bad anyway. I'm sure it hurt when you fell on the floor, but... Oh no, Gladys, I'm sorry. Gladys says she's upset because she's got diabetes now, and I was crying all day. I'm so sorry. So you have too much sugar or not enough? There's two different types of diabetics. Some have too much sugar in their system. Others don't have enough. So I was wondering. You were just embarrassed. Bless your heart. Donna just got her pride hurt. Her body's fine. Too much everything. Oh no. So that means you got to cut out sweets, sugar. Yeah, really, there's nothing to be embarrassed about. You slid off the bed, so they had to come check you out and help you back up. I mean, we're all going to be there one day, who knows? And there's Louisiana Homestead. Welcome. Yeah, I hate to hear that Gladys has got diabetes now. I mean, she's got other health problems, and now she's got diabetes on top of it. That's terrible. Joshua said, "Is it true are we all connected to the stars?" I have no idea. Probably. You may go hide under a rock and never come back. Oh, don't say that, Gladys. Have they got you on insulin now? Yeah, you can't go hide under a rock. Then you wouldn't be in our lives. It will be 47. Sure, cheer up, Gladys, Joshua. That's right, Tamara. She needs to just face it head on. Get in control of it and say it's not going to get me down. The baby typed the 4. The baby wants to get in on the action here. The baby typed the 47. Yeah, I don't know why in the world. I don't know why in the world. Well, I do know why they do it. It's to save money on having to buy 2 lots. But then they put this great big house on 1 lot and they have no yard. And they say, well, some people don't want a big yard. So I said, well, if they don't want a big yard, why are they trying to take other people's footage off of the back of their lots to add to their backyard if they don't want a bigger yard? I said, if you want a bigger yard, just buy 2 lots. And then build your big house right in the middle. I know why they don't want to buy 2 lots, because it will cost them twice as much for the property to build that big house on that they're going to sell and make money off of. They want to make as much money as possible off of that property. So they just buy 1 little lot and cram this great big house on it. That's perfectly fine, Louisiana Homestead. We know how babies can be. To get this time charging up before I can even get online with it. Just had an eyelash fall. It's been a overcast, kind of cloudy off and on day today. We weren't supposed to get rain though, but it's been cloudy, which makes it a little bit cooler. It's 94 degrees right now. And I think it was like 88 when I was out in the yard this morning, which was not cool. Maybe you could make a few dishes and show the boys what is make for me. I feel like crap in this late age. Yeah, I decided not to do any cooking this afternoon in this live. I'm just taking this live off. I'm in it to chat with everybody. Maybe in the next live I'll cook something or do whatever. I thought about making a banana nut bread thing because I got 2 bananas over here. I got to do something with because they're getting too ripe. Maybe some banana pancakes. Banana cupcakes. Banana bread with nuts. Feel like something's going in my eye. Huh? I know, Jan, it's too hot to cook. Joshua, Gladys is in Connecticut. And I don't know, I feel wore out today. I feel fine. I feel like I have no energy. Yeah, banana pancakes sounds good. I might make me some banana pancakes for breakfast in the morning or dinner tonight. Who knows? Might make them for in the morning for breakfast. Not now, maybe next week. Yeah, I've got these 2 bananas I need to do something with, so I was trying to think of something I could make with it that I haven't made already, and I don't know what that would be. I usually throw my bananas in the banana nut bread or banana nut cake. I turn it into cake myself. Because I like to put the bananas, nuts, raisins, all kind of stuff in it. Turns into almost a cake. Banana and peanut butter sandwich. I don't know. I don't know if I'd like that or not. I mean, I love bananas. I love peanut butter, but I don't know if I want them together. School in South Carolina starts tomorrow. It's already started here. I've heard the buses go by all week last week. I think school's been in for about 2 weeks here. I know it's been in for a week because I've heard the buses running. Because I've got one bus that comes right down my street. We got Valerie Thomas. Oh, you've been here though. Oh, me. I've been fooling around with some of these new computers and I don't like them at all. They've got them programmed to where they take over your phone, they take over your desktop, they take over every piece of electronics you have in your house. And I don't know that I want my computer to take over my whole house. I don't want it to take over my phone, my camera, everything else. Well, hello, Massachusetts. Terry Damon. Like with my old laptop that I'm reading the chat on right now, I can open Google on one side of my screen and I can open up Internet Explorer on the other side and have two different websites going at the same time with different things. The new one, if you got YouTube on your laptop and you go to YouTube on Internet Explorer, it connects it all. So you can't sign in on one and not be signed in on the other. It connects it and you're signed into everything. And I don't like that. I like my old one where I can bring up YouTube on one side and something else on the other side and have them both going at the same time. I guess I'm weird. I don't know. Yeah, I got some laundry I need to do. I got my washing machine full right now. I just haven't turned it on. Well, I'm trying out a Lenovo laptop, and it takes over everything. I tried out another one about a month ago, and it was even worse than this one. It takes over everything. It'll take over every computer in your house, your phone, your laptop, everything. It just grabs it all and puts it in one little nut package for you. And I don't want it to do that. No, you haven't said anything wrong. I haven't seen you say anything wrong. Has anybody seen Johnny Varela say anything wrong in chat? I haven't. No, I mean, you're fine, Johnny. I don't know what you're talking about. To my knowledge, you haven't said anything wrong in chat. You don't have to leave. Everybody tell Johnny hello. Maybe we didn't give him a good welcome enough. I don't know. Got Linda Miller in the house. Or are those homemade noodles in yellow food coloring? Oh, I forgot about that, Linda. I'm going to have to make me some chicken and dumplings or chicken and pasta of some kind and put yellow food coloring in it. I always forget about it. We got Jesse Brown in the house. Hello, Johnny and Jesse. How long have we been on? 39 minutes. Okay. I'm going to ask a question and I'm going to give away our Halloween ghost and pumpkins. If y'all saw the video that I posted this morning, I'm going to ask one question. Where did I plant that rose bush for the plaque, y'all? Where did I plant the rose bush in the video this morning? Or was it the rock garden? Jesse Brown got it. It was in the pot. I planted it in the one of the green pots on the property line over here. So Jesse Brown, you just won the ghost plaque. Send me your mailing address to my Gmail. It's below the description in the videos. HauserLinda49 @Gmail. I planted it in the pot. Jesse got it. Jesse Brown. Let me write that name down so I don't forget it. Y'all remember the big pots that are over beside the property line? I planted rose bushes and stuff in them last year. Well, I planted rose bushes in some of them, and I planted mums in some of them. And some of them, the rose bushes didn't survive, and the mums didn't survive. So I went to one of the empty pots. It had 4 o'clocks growing in it, a few. And I planted that big rose bush in that green pot, right on the property line. And I put the 4 o'clocks, the yellow ones, right back in the pot with the rose bush. Okay, Jesse, I'll be looking for it. I don't know, mine's got about 40 some gigabytes of RAM. And it's got 1 terabyte of storage. So it's a lot bigger than that. I'd have to look at the paperwork on it. I don't remember exactly what it said, but I know it's got 1 terabyte of internal storage. Okay, Jesse. I can't get this on her. It's not charged up enough to turn on. Oh, it's coming on now. I really like it too. Nice work. Well, thank you, Jess. Maybe 16 gigabytes of RAM this fast. And we got Virgo Boy in the house. Hey, Virgo Boy, how you doing? Yeah, I got to upgrade my camera pretty soon. I don't know what I want to go to, but need to get rid of this one. It's so old. It don't have enough memory for anything, and it's so slow. It takes forever. This is so crazy. All the other times I'm able to get into my Gmail and it's asking me now for my password and everything else. See, that's what these new computers do. They latch into every technical thing you got in your house and they take it over and they run it. I mean, you have no control over it half the time. I don't want to use that. Oh, come on. Well, I haven't gotten an email that's came in on this yet today. It keeps asking me for my freaking password. And it shouldn't ask me that crap. It won't even show me the new emails without signing in. And it's not letting me enter. Oh, here it is, Jesse. I got it, Jesse. Yeah, but I need your mailing address. You didn't include your mailing address. I got your email, but there's no mailing address in it. To HauserLinda49 at Gmail. The one you sent to, but you didn't include your address. I just sent you one acknowledging I got your email, but you do need to send me one with your mailing address in it. Not your email. I can't send this through email. Now it's telling me to sign in again. Oh my God. What is going on? Says it's loading emails. We'll see. I can't even get into autofill. It says it's loading emails. I put in the wrong email address into this thing to sign in. And it won't let me change it. Oh, sign into AOL. See, this thing is taking over everything. Oh. Oh, well, just send it, Jesse. I can't get into it right now, and I'm not going to spend the whole live trying to get into that thing. Have you heard of celery powder, Linda? And yeah, I've used celery powder before. Well, it is when you got these new laptops take over everything. I had all of my passwords saved in Google, so I didn't have to sign in every time. I could just go to like AOL or Gmail and just go get right into it. I didn't have to sign in. Now it's making me sign in every time I go in there. And I don't like that. I don't like it at all. And it won't let me go in and change the email that I entered. I thought it was asking me for my AOL email, and I entered that, and it's not, because Gmail is my Gmail email. Oh my God, this is so crazy. And it's not letting me go in to change it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this. No, don't put it in the chat box. Just send it again to the Gmail. I'll get into it. I'm already into it. There it goes. I got it, Jess. I just went on my laptop and got it, but it kept asking me for it on this. I couldn't get in. Well, no. Oh, yeah, here it is. Illinois. Two, one. Got it. I mean, I like my old laptop the best. I want to keep it, but it's running out. You know, I can't put Windows 11 on it, and they're not going to be maintaining Windows 10 after October. So, I mean, you can still use your computers with Windows 10 for a while, but it will be fading out, and all of a sudden some of your features will start not working correctly. And sooner or later, you're just not going to be able to use it. You've got to switch to 11. So I was checking out some of the new ones, but I'm not liking the new ones I'm checking out, y'all. I already got into it. All I did was go into it on the laptop over here, and I didn't have to put in a password or anything. It just opened right up to Gmail. So I got your address, Jesse. I was hoping Sandra would be back in here, Sandra McCormick, because she's never sent me her mailing address. I don't know where to send her plaque to, but I guess she'll send it sooner or later. I've got it all boxed up. I would have sent it when I sent Jana's, but I didn't have her address to send it to her. Yeah. Yeah, I don't like for people to put phone numbers or addresses or anything into live chat, because then your address is all over the world, your phone number's all over the world. And I use my Gmail account just for YouTube. I don't hardly ever use it for anything else, even though I get advertisement emails and all kind of stuff coming in. But I basically use it for YouTube. My AOL one, I usually use that for friends, family, other stuff, business accounts. But yeah, my Gmail account is for YouTube. That's why I posted in the description. Edith said, get my credit card hacked into enough. Yeah. You're the first person I have ever given my address to. Oh, wow. I feel honored, Jesse. It's safe with me. Yeah, I know if people are computer savvy at all, they can go on Google probably and find out people's addresses, their a lot of information out on them, but I don't give that information out. They have to work to get it. Right, Jesse. Yeah, you don't want your personal information out on public media that goes all over the world, that's for sure. But I'll get this little ghost plaque out to you. The Very next time I go to the post office, it might be tomorrow or Tuesday, I don't know. Well, thank you, Jesse. I've given away a lot of gifts and stuff since I've been on YouTube. And I'm sure all my subscribers can tell you that their addresses are safe with me. I don't give them out. And if I end up with their phone numbers or the address, if anybody asks me, any other subscribers ask me if they can have so-and-so's address or so-and-so's phone number, I don't give it to them right away. I go to that person and ask them and say, hey, so-and-so is asking for your address or so-and-so is asking for your phone number. Do you want to let them have it or not? And if they say no, it does not go out to anyone. But, it stays right here with me. So just because somebody might send me a message and say, hey, I need so-and-so's address, you're not going to get it unless I ask so-and-so first. I'll get their approval before I pass it on to anybody. Because, people may not want it spread out there to other people, so. Edith said, I had 2 people come to my home, get saliva and blood tests come to find out that was a scam. We never figured out who they were. I tell you, there is so many scam artists out there today. You got to be careful, Edith. I get emails every day. You've won, you won, you won. Congratulations, you're the big winner. And you go in there to find out what it's all about. The first thing they ask is for your credit card information. If I won something, they don't need my credit card information. I had one guy call me and say, you just won $8 million in public clearinghouse or something like that. And I said, well, I usually enter those contests, but I haven't entered one in a long time. Well, they say, well, you're our grand prize winner. You just won $8 million. But we need your account information because we need to get a percentage of that $8 million for processing and all this other stuff. And I said, look, if I won $8 million, you can take whatever charge you got for me out of the $8 million and send me the balance. There's plenty of money there. So just take what you need out of that winning money and then send me what I've won. Oh, we can't do that. And I said, and I can't give you my account information either. Sorry. There's Sandra McCormick. I never did get your mailing address, Sandra. I sent Jana's plaque out to her. She'll get hers Tuesday. But I never did get your mailing address, so I haven't sent yours yet. It's all boxed up, ready to go. And Jesse Brown just won the small one with the ghost on it. Ghost in the pumpkins. Edith says, I had a scam artist call me, sign up for cat facts, and charge $6 a day to cancel. I had to give my credit card. Come to find out, that was, yeah, it's all a scam, Edith. Don't, people ask you for your credit card information or your bank account information. Tell them you don't have any. They don't need it. And if you want any money, tell them just like I told that guy. I said, okay, I won $8 million. Take whatever part you're going to charge me to get that money out of the $8 million and then send me the balance. I said $8 million should be plenty enough to cover your charge. We can't do that. I said, well, I can't give you my bank account information either. He hung up. Because it was a scam. I hadn't even entered the clearinghouse contest this year. That's okay, Sandra. No rush. Yeah, emails, telephone calls, all this stuff is full of scammers nowadays. You can't trust them. Or they'll call you and tell you won something, but you got to sign up for a year's subscription to 2 or 3 different magazines to get your winning prize. And I say, no, I don't want all those magazines. Sorry. And I get stuff from Walmart and different places, and I don't know if they're for real or not, but they tell me I won a Blackstone grill, or I won a tool chest, or a tool set, and those things are heavy. And then they say all you have to do is pay the shipping. Well, can you imagine what the shipping cost would be on a Blackstone grill that's all metal? It's pretty heavy. And I tell them no. I said, if I won something, send it to me. I'm not paying anything to get it. And as far as that goes, they could ship it to the store and I could go pick it up for free. I don't have to pay for shipping. Shipping could cost as much as the Blackstone does, Okay, Jesse. Well, have fun watering your cattle. I know they appreciate the water, though. My video on the iPad, Linda. I don't know if I did or not, Joshua. What video was that? I don't know. Well, you're welcome, Johnny. Yeah, I don't answer my house phone anymore. They can leave a message because most of my family and everybody that I want to call me know to call me on my cell phone. But I still have the house phone to get that lower price on cable and internet and all that. So I don't usually answer it, and it usually has 30 messages a day, and all of it's a bunch of garbage. I have no idea, Joshua. Yeah, I don't even answer phone calls on my cell phone unless I know the number. I recognize who it is calling. Other than that, they can leave a message, and if I want to talk to them, I'll call them back. Because even on the cell phones now, you get all these sales calls and scam calls and all kind of stuff. It's ridiculous. They get smarter and smarter. Scam call nursing facility pretending they were my son. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, Edith. That's a low blow right there. Calling an elderly person in a nursing home pretending to be their son. Exactly, like you wouldn't know that was not his voice, I get these messages from scam artists all the time, especially on Facebook, and I get notifications from them, and they're pretending to be this soldier. And one way that I verify who they are is tell them to call me through this, like WhatsApp or Zangy or whatever app is they want to communicate with me on. And I said, okay, call me. I want to hear your voice. Because I know the real guy's voice. I've seen videos and stuff with him actually talking. So I knew his voice. And they never will call you because they know they're not the person. And sometimes they're brave enough that they'll call you and they can barely speak English, and you know right away that's not the real person. It's a scam artist. They're trying to get money from you. So I just block them. This one particular soldier was on Facebook, and there's so many people using his profile, his pictures and everything, his name, and they're all running scams to get money from women. And I've just started blocking them left and right. Some of them are coming up now even using his photographs and his profile, but they're using a different name. And I block them as well because I know their name doesn't go with the photograph. I mean, some of these people are outrageous. They're scam artists from Iran, India, the UK, Syria, all different places, trying to get money out of all these women. You know, it's ridiculous. I had the first one I ever encountered using this guy's profile and pictures. He sent a card to me through the message app telling me, will you marry me? But he was asking me for $20,000. Like, I was so stupid I didn't know. He wanted he'd been in the Army, I think he said 30 years. He was a general, but he wanted to get out early. And he had to pay $20,000 to get out of the Army early. Well, if you're in there 30 years, you don't have to get out early. You can just tell them you want out and you're out. I mean, that's ridiculous. So I knew right then he was a scam. I mean, and first of all, if he was a general, he wouldn't be asking me for $20,000. I'd probably be asking him for the money. Yeah, I just delete them out. I mean, I block them because I know they're not the real person. They're all scams. And this person, the real one, has even come on and told in videos news videos that he's not on social media anymore because there's so many scam artists out there using his profile and pictures to run scams to get money from women, that he's not even on social media anymore. So you know, if anybody comes up with his photographs and using his name, that they're not real. They're not him. To block them, report them, whatever you have to do to get rid of them. And I bet I've reported and blocked at least 4 or 5 per day. Every day I get on Facebook, there's a whole string of them using his pictures, his name. And like I said, sometimes now they're using the pictures and the profile, but they're using a different name. But I still know it's not him, so I block them and report them. I said, sooner or later you think they'd give up. I can't imagine what it's like for this soldier to have all these people out there using his name and his pictures to run scams on all these women. I mean, I think in the beginning he said they even blocked him from Facebook because they thought he was the one actually running the scams until they found out he wasn't. And then he did get back his Facebook, but then he stopped going public with it because of so many scam artists using his information and pictures. But he said he's had attorneys and all kind of people working on it to catch them all and, do what they got to do. But, it's hard to do anything with someone when you're in the United States and they're in the UK or they're in Syria or India or some other different country way off far from here, So I don't know how all that's going to work out, but I know to block them and report them. I know they're not the real ones, so. Yeah, you're too kind-hearted. Well, I know for a fact they're scams because I've encountered one, like I said. And that was 2 or 3 years ago that I encountered the first one that was using this guy's pictures and his name. And I started corresponding with him through Snapchat and all that. But then when he started asking for money, I knew something was up. I said, if you're a general and you're the real one, you're not going to be asking me for $20,000 to get out of the Army early. They don't do that. My dad was in the Navy for 13 years. He decided to get out. He put in for a discharge. And they discharged him. It didn't cost him $20,000 to get out of the Navy. He'd already been into 13 years, so there was no getting out early. But they were saying, oh, well, that's the way they do over there. I said, no. I don't fall for that for a minute. So I ended up reporting that dude and blocking him. Just like all the rest of them. Because I keep up with my family and some of my friends that I grew up with back in North Carolina on Facebook. That's the only reason I have it. And I advertise some of my YouTube videos on there too, so. Yeah, it'd be nice if there was a way you could get rid of these scammers for good. But you know, some of these women fall for it. They're lonely women, and they're just looking for someone to pay attention to them. And they fall for this stuff, and they send them money. And this poor soldier, they were contacting the real one wanting their money back, and he never took money from them. It was these scam artists that did. And in the beginning, I think he was paying money to some of these women because he felt bad. But then later he come on there and said no. He said, if you fall for some of these scams of these people using my pictures and my name, and you send them money, don't come to me to want it back because I'm not the one that scammed you. You know, you can't keep paying someone else's debt. I don't know that I would have paid the first one of them. Yeah. Well, he'd been in the Army for the real one, I think, 26 years. And I think he finally retired. But I guess he might be in the National Guard or the Reserves or something right now. I don't know. But yeah, after you've been in there for that long, you don't pay to get out of the Army early. There's no early to it. You put in 30 years, you get out when you want to get out, pretty much. And I got one kid on there, and I knew he was a scam, and I was trying to find out as much information about this person as possible. I said, call me, and this was on WhatsApp, I think. He called me. He was like an 18-year-old African boy. He could barely speak English. I mean, he did speak English, but he had a real heavy accent. And I asked him, I said, look, I know you're not the real person. Why are you on here doing this? I said, you could go to jail. You could get in trouble doing this. I need money. I need money to feed my sister. You know, we have no money. I said, well, can't you get a job? There's no jobs. I said, well, this is not going to help you trying to scam people out of money and using somebody else's pictures and name and all this to get it. I said, it's going to end up with you in jail somewhere. So I ended up just blocking him because I didn't want to hear it. I said, there's a lot of people right here in the United States that can't feed themselves, so there's no way I'm sending money to, where was it? I don't remember where it was, somewhere, some other country, just because this kid's saying that he needs money. I said, start you a YouTube channel and tell people how life is over there and how bad you need money to feed your sister. I said, you can make more money like that than trying to scam people out of it. Oh, nobody'd watch my videos. I said, I bet they would. Yeah, I'll tell you, the world is full. It's not only these scammers, it's home builders, just like I'm having to deal with. They want to encroach on your property to make their yard bigger so they take footage from your property. That doesn't set good with me, and I don't allow it, and I'm not going to. I promise you. This builder behind me's already tried to tell me that my uh, temporary fence line where I've got my no trespassing signs was his property line. I said, no, it's not. I said, that's my fence line. That's not your property line. I said, your property line is the middle of the easement, right where the water line is. I said, that's where both lots meet, at the back of our lots. And that's where the water line goes through the easement, and that is the property line to both of our lots. So you have to put your fence up on your side of the property line. I mean, on the water line. And if I want a fence, I put it up on my side. And you got to be so many feet away from the water line. That's why it's called an easement. So we're going to see what happens. I think he's determined he's going to put one up. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. I think I know how it's going to play out. Somebody's going to jail. Because the cops already told me if they come on your side and do anything, tear up anything, start doing anything, just call us. We'll arrest them for criminal trespassing. So, okay, that's fine with me. So I got cameras out back there. I mean, I've tried to tell them I'm not being mean. I'm not being ornery. I'm not being a crazy woman. I know where the property line is, and I'm not going to let them take 3 feet of my backyard, you know? I mean, no way. Oh, you finally got the necklace, Uncle BB. Well, I'm glad. I know you didn't mention it last live, and I was wondering if you ever got it or not. You're welcome. Tamara said if you could say, do you want fries with that, you could get a job. Yeah, they'll do that, Edith. They'll do it every day and try to run a scam with using your name and your pictures, and you're the one that first gets in trouble until they realize you're not the one that's scamming people. It's somebody that's impersonating you. And it's terrible for people to do that. Wasn't it Tamara that won the slicer thing? Did you ever get that, Tamara? I think it was Tamara that won it. I don't have it written down here in front of me, so I don't remember. But I know Uncle BB won the necklace, and I think Tamara won the little slicer thing. And to my knowledge, I haven't heard whether she got that or not. Yeah, I tell you, unfortunately, the way things are in this world today, it's a backstabbing world. People are out to make the dollar, and they don't care who they step on to make it. And that's unfortunate, you know? Because people, you don't know who to trust anymore. Can you make lead necklaces? I don't know. I've never tried to make one. I don't know if I could make one or not. Yeah, it might have been Tamara Douglas that won it. I thought it was one of the Tamaras. Or maybe I'm wrong about it. I don't know. I had it written down to mail them out, but then I just forgot about it after I got them in the mail. Has Tamara D left us? Or is she still here? Yeah, I know. I've had a few of those for like Christmas or New Year's. I've had the little twinkle lights in the necklaces, but I've never made one of those. I don't usually make jewelry. I woke up about 7:30 this morning and could not go back to sleep. So I was up kind of early. I guess Tamara D left us. Tamara Douglas. I haven't seen her in chat lately. She may be occupied. You never know. Yeah, I think the postage on that slicer cost more than the slicer did. I think the postage on it was 9 something. I thought to myself, what? That's more than the thing cost. Well, the lights are different colors and then they blink, or you can put them on steady light. I don't even know if they work anymore. I've got 1 or 2 of them hanging up with some Mardi Gras beads, and I haven't had them turned on in a long time, so I don't even know if they blink anymore. Oh, man. I can't believe how sleepy I'm getting. Oh, Lordy. How many people I got in? 56 people watching. Wow. Pretty good crowd for Sunday afternoon. Yeah, I'm almost ready for our rainy season to kick back in for September. My whole yard is burnt to a crisp. You saw that in the videos. I don't have any green grass out there. It doesn't do any good to water mine, even if you could, is because it's all infused in rocks and boulders, and when the sun's out, that just heats up twice as hot, and it just fries the grass. But as soon as it cools off, it'll turn green again. One of these days, I'll have some dirt hauled in, put several inches of dirt above those rocks and boulders, and maybe I can have grass out there. But I'm not going to want to water it. Will not want to water it at all. 58 people. Oh, man. Woo. Oh, interactive necklaces, light up necklaces. You love chatting with us. You mostly watch, so I can read. You watch on TV so I can read, chat, and talk with phone. Well, I'm glad you came in, Sandra. Goodness gracious, I'm going to fall asleep sitting here. Well, I have grass, you have... That's what I say, Tamara. If it burns up and turns brown and it's getting crispy like potato chips, that means I don't have to mow it. I'd just soon not have any grass. Thanks, I'm here till you fall asleep. Yeah, since I pay a water bill, I don't want to have to water a yard with grass. And even if I had a nice yard out there with grass growing, I probably still wouldn't water it. If it got dry, drought like it is right now, I wouldn't be running water to water it to keep it green. The more you water it, the more you have to mow it. There's Anthony. Anthony, I've already give the ghost away. I was hoping you'd be here to win it. I was going to let you win your own personal ghost. But Jesse Brown has already won it. I mean, we had grass in the yard growing up when I lived back home in North Carolina, in my mom and dad's house. They never ran water on that grass. The more rain, the greener the grass was, and they paid someone to mow it. If it didn't rain for a while and the grass burned up a little bit, they didn't worry about it. They knew it would just turn green again when it rained, so didn't stress over it. How's Anthony doing? Jared's leaving for college. Can you wish him luck? Well, congratulations, Jared, on leaving home for college. Good luck with your college career here. Oh, wow, you've been doing live streams back to back, and I haven't caught any of them. And I don't even remember your channel name. Post your channel name again, Anthony. Because I need to go to your channel and subscribe to it. I don't think I've subscribed to it. I knew it was at Russell something. $19.97. I don't usually do that many live streams. I do videos every day and post them, but I don't do live streams a whole lot. Or I did for a little while there, but it seemed like I was beating my head up against the wall. The more I did them, the less they paid me for them. How come you never see it yet, Tamara? You have heard of the name before. A cavalcade and parade, the same thing. I have no idea. Yeah, I think so, Joshua. A cavalcade and a parade are basically the same thing. Yes, Anthony does not like ghosts. They're not his favorite people to be around. You can't shoot what you can't see. You'll be shooting up your whole house trying to shoot one that you can't see. You might can see what he's doing as far as opening a cabinet and closing it, but you can't see the ghost, so you don't know where to shoot. And then it probably wouldn't do any good to shoot him. The bullets would just go through him and out the other side and keep going. Your cousin, the ghost, finally opened something for him and he fell in love with it. Oh, so he's been opening cabinets and drawers for your cousin too now? So he knows he's living with a ghost? I said yes, and he said that was the best thing I could ever done to him. Just give him a house with ghosts. He's crazy. Well, he won't get lonesome, will he? The ghost can keep him company. You should have charged him more for the house, Anthony. You should have charged him extra because there's a ghost there. He sent you a video of him talking to the ghost. Who does that? I don't know. Maybe one of these days that ghost will let him know somehow who he is, who the ghost is. Whether it's some family member or whether it's somebody from so far back that nobody even knew existed. Oh, you got little kittens. They're ready for dinner. Yeah, Anthony needs to go to Disneyland's Haunted Mansion. Oh, me. Oh, wow, Uncle BB, maybe you're haunted too. Maybe you got a ghost living with you. Maybe she's trying to tell you it's time to get up. I don't think I'd want to be woke up at 3:45 in the morning, though, if I was asleep. That's funny. You think it was your mom, Uncle BB? Yeah, I'd be wondering about that too if it's never happened before. But you never know. Stranger things have happened, so you could have a ghost too, Uncle BB. Oh, really? I haven't heard, Joshua. They're doing something big. I haven't heard anything about it. I can't imagine, Anthony. You think it was for real, or was he just doing that video to make you think he was talking to the ghost? What was he telling the ghost, Anthony? That's funny. Yeah, I know it's pretty big, Joshua. You'll have to ask Anthony all of those questions, Joshua, because I don't know. Linda, me and my husband have a debate about where you say you live. Is it Gainesville or Bainesville? Please solve the debate. Neither one. I'm not in Gainesville or Bainesville. I'm in Granbury. Granb is in boy. URY, Texas. That's where I've lived ever since 1978. Previous to that, I was from North Carolina, right on the East Coast, close to Wilmington. Little town called Atkinson. Actually, I lived on Oak Island just before we moved to Texas. Yeah, I'm never been to Gainesville or Bainesville. I don't even know where that is. Good thing y'all didn't bet on it, because neither one of you would have won. Uncle BB's right. It's Granbury. Uncle BB says Peyton Place. Oh, wow. Like a jet busted, broke the sound barrier. I heard a boom. Where the kittens, they're outside sleeping, staying cool. They were in the video that I posted this morning. He lived in Hemphill, Texas, and he is a retired truck driver, and he knows where that is. I'm glad we didn't bet either. Well, I'm glad he's familiar with where Granbury is then. There's a Grand Prairie, Texas, up on the other side of Dallas. And a lot of people, if you say them fast, get the two places mixed up. When you say Granbury, they think Grand Prairie. And sometimes when they say Grand Prairie, other people think they're saying Granbury. But no, I live in Granbury. It's right on this 35-mile. Oh, I dropped that. It's right on the 35-mile long man-made lake that they put in years ago. No, they don't like fireworks, and they don't like all the heavy machinery that's clearing the lot back here. Lucky come walking back in the garden with me the other day, and about the time I picked him up and was holding him, petting him, they started up that backhoe, and it scared him to death. He jumped out of my arms and headed back toward the house. Neither one of those cats like all this machinery and all this stuff going on around the house. So they stay pretty much in my yard. They don't venture off anymore. They're scared, they don't know what all that is. Tamara's got a mama and 4 3-month-old kittens. Oh, I bet they're so cute. I know it scares them to death when all that machinery's running. Jackhammers running and backhoes clearing the lot and all the construction going on. They don't know what to think of all that. He knows I'm not going to hurt him, but when he heard all that noise, he wanted to get back close to the house as he could get. He said, I'm not staying around here. He's not been around very many fireworks, Joshua, so I'm afraid, I'm pretty sure they'd be afraid of the fireworks too. But they're really not allowed to shoot off fireworks here where I live, even though some people do. Jared used to love the weed whacker. You got 2 house kitties as well. Aww. And there's Ken. Ken's in the house, y'all. Hi, Ken. How's it going? Yeah, it's usually always so peaceful around here. Not much commotion at all, and now all of a sudden lots are being cleared, all kind of machinery's being run in, and construction going up. Poor babies, they don't know what to make of all that. It terrifies them. 97, well, it's 95 here right now. It was supposed to get up to 96 or 97. And I don't know if it did or not, but it's 95 right now. And it's an overcast day. The sun's out once in a while, and then it looks cloudy, and then it'll flip-flop back and forth, which I think has made it a little bit cooler. The sun is not as intense anyway. Disney World fireworks can go higher than yours, Linda, in Texas, and yeah, I'm sure they do. They probably have a lot more money to spend on fireworks in Disneyland than Granbury does. I think Granbury does pretty good with the fireworks considering the size of the town. I don't even know anymore. The population in town is not that high because the city limits are so close. The majority of the people live right at the edge of the city, surrounding the whole city. But we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got about 8 schools out here, all in one school district. Or more than that. I can't keep up with all of them. They're building new schools every day. I mean, by the time they got the 9th grade center built, just for 9th grade, they were already bulging at the seams. They turned around and built another new building for the 9th grade students up at the high school. But it's a separate building just for 9th grade students. And it's probably already bursting at the seams. They were thinking about or talking about building a new high school. But they kind of downed it because they said they'd rather keep one high school than to have 2 separate high schools for Granbury. So I'm sure if they add to the high school, it'll be just adding to the facilities that are already there to keep it one high school. I mean, I think that's the best to do because you don't want 2 or 3 different high schools for one county. In the ball games and stuff, you'd have Granbury playing Granbury, that kind of thing. You want Granbury playing Crescent or Granbury playing Dallas or something like that. You don't want Granbury playing against Granbury. I have no idea, Joshua. I wish I knew. Let's see. Let me check, because it's been ages since I've checked what the population here is. Like I said, within the city limits, it's small, but the majority of the people live just as you pass the city limit line. It's funny because they advertise as small town USA, and a lot of people move here because they think it's a small town until they move here and they try to get their kids in school. And then they find out how many schools there are. And then they realize, well, it's not such a small town. All right, the population for Granbury as of 2024 was 12,934 people. Do you know how many millionaires live in Granbury? Take a wild guess. Somebody tell me, how many millionaires live in Granbury? Anybody want to take a wild guess without looking on Google? Now that 12,000 people is just within the city limits, y'all. And like I said, the city limits are real close, small. About 95% of the population live just outside the city limit. 7 what? 7 millionaires? That's way off. Do y'all realize we got 400 millionaires that live in Granbury? 400. I have yet to meet one, though. I need one of those millionaires to adopt me, I guess. I'm throwing everything in the floor. Let me see what the population of the county is. Get this. There's 12,000 within the city limits. There's 69,124 people living just outside the city limit in 2024. So see the difference? Because all the new subdivisions are on the outskirts of Granbury, just outside the city limits. Like Comanche Harbor is just outside the city limits. They had a sign right at our entrance that said Granbury city limit. And I said, how can that be? We're not in the city limit. How can the sign be outside our gate? And I noticed the sign has been gone, but the pole's still there. So somebody messed up evidently. But yeah, there's 69,000 people in this county, in Hood County. And only 12,000 of them are within the city limit. So that's a huge difference. I don't know what he's talking about either, Sandra. I know it's probably a lot of money that Disneyland pays for fireworks, but I have no idea how much. Well, y'all, we've been on here for 2 hours. I need to let y'all go, let you take care of business on a Sunday afternoon. I know you want to do something other than just sit here and chat with me. We have like 10. Yeah, when people know the population of Granbury is 12,000 people, small town USA, right? They move to Granbury and they find out there's a lot more people here than what they realized. Okay, Joshua. Well, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming into the live today, even though I didn't have anything planned. And Jesse, I'll get this out to you this week. And y'all have a blessed night tonight. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And I'll see you on the next one. Love y'all. Bye now.